Okay, we've shown you how to create different things within your Google Drive. One is to get into your Google Drive, to create a folder, which I did here, my testing folder, and then how to create things in there, whether it be a document, which is like Word, whether it be a slides, which is PowerPoint, whether it be the new and different forums, which is those survey things and how to collect those and all those sorts of things. So we have all these, but then what can we do with it? What's the difference? And really the difference is the collaboration tool. And this is where it can be really, really useful for principals. You can use this with your admin team very easily, with different teachers, with different departments. What can you do with it? Essentially, you can share anything with people to work on it simultaneously. And we're going to see this in our presentation, or we saw it, well, we will see it. We're going to do it on Wednesday, but you'll be viewing these after the case, and you probably saw how we can share those things. But let's just go through that again. And it's simple as pie. You're in a document that you want to share. You go up to share. Up will come an initial option. So you can say here, what do we want to be able to do with it? Let's take a look. Right now it says anyone at, and this is the difference between just using Google Docs as you might have used it before and the one within the TCDSB. The default is that it says that it restricts it to only people within the Toronto Catholic District School Board. And what it says here is anyone within that can edit, can comment, or can view. Those are your three mainstays. If you click on more, you'll notice that these ones are the Toronto Catholic ones, and then you can say anyone. So you can put public to anyone on the web. You can say anyone with the link, which means you can't search it. Now, to be honest with you, not very often does someone search out and find a presentation. I mean, it would be by accident. There's millions and millions of things on the web, trillions of things actually. The likelihood of them finding yours and doing anything with it, I don't know. But if you want to just say that it's anyone with the link, this means it doesn't have to be somebody within the TCDSB, meaning anyone. And to use that, it doesn't mean, well, I'm in the TCDSB, I can view it. It means I have to be viewing it through my TCDSB account. Interesting, necessary to remember that. But what can you do? You can set it so they can view it, which means you can set that so you could send it to somebody and all they would be able to do for this document is see it. They wouldn't be able to do anything with it, they would just see it. That's all that they would do. Let's do that. Let's just see, save, and now we're going to take that and we're going to copy that link. So all you do is send them that link, and then what they would do is open it in theirs, and what would they see? Now, here's the difference. The problem is that I'm viewing it as me, so I can edit it. If I was to go, let's open up Internet Explorer, which I hate to do, but let's do it anyway. And if I open this in Internet Explorer, you'll notice here, different. Because it doesn't have it as me, there's nothing I can do with it. I can't edit it. I can view it, but I can't do anything with it other than see it. I can't really do much else. You could set it like that for them. Or if we go back to my share, I could allow someone, we're going to go back to more, anyone with the link can now comment on it. So I'm going to save that. Should be the same link. Let's just see what happens when I go back here and now I refresh this. Okay, so now what you could do is you can now suggest. You see suggesting here. So what I could do is I could say this. I could make a comment. And I could say, I think you need to come up with new name. Comment. And now if I go back, you'll notice here on my thing, it says Michael Wetzel. That's just my other account that I have. I think you need to come up with a new name. It highlights it for me. It shows you that this is what they're talking about. But that means all they can do is view it and make some comments along the way. They're not changing the text at all. They're just making comments. So if you had a letter, for instance, and you wanted your VPs to take a look at it and to just make comments, not to change it, just to make comments, or if you had something Let's just say, oh, God forbid, you had a copy of your timetable, you wanted to show it to LSAC and say, here, make some comments, because remember, LSAC is an advisory committee only. They do not make the decision, so they shouldn't be altering anything on the document, but they can make their comments on it. You could use it that way if you wanted to. So there's that option as well. Now, if I was going to share and I wanted to change this to now edit, so they can actually edit, I'm going to save that. I'm going to say that's done. I'm going to go back to this copy again. I'm going to refresh it. And now what you'll see, different, is now the whole host of things up here. And I can say, I would, all right, let's just say, this is a test of sharing. And now I put that in there. As my other user, this is the person that I've shared it with, if I go back to my Chrome, I know it's confusing because it looks a little bit different, but what you'll notice here is that now this is in here. And who has made that comment? You can see Anonymous Python. What Google does is they name everybody. And so you'll see up there, that's me, or my other person that's been testing it. And so now it's there. So there's 3 ways you can share a document, and this goes the same with all of the things we did, whether it be slides, whether it be forms, whether it be sheets, whether it be document. You can share those same status with everybody. They can either view, comment, or edit. You can allow them to do any of those sorts of things. If you allow them to edit, they can still comment on the same way, but you can allow them to do anything. You can control the amount of access that anybody has. And again, really important that you do note that you can decide that it's only people within the Toronto Catholic District School Board that have it, or anyone else. Either way, my suggestion at the beginning, because not everybody is totally familiar with signing into their account yet, I would probably put it up here. Don't make it so that it's only the TCDSP people. Again, the difference between this and Microsoft Word is this exactly. This is it. It is real-time collaboration. You can have multiple people working on the same document at the same time. It can get a little confusing, but that's the power of it, is you can have people collaborating in real time. It's not, here's a Word document, make your changes, do them in red, indicate your changes, send them back to me, I'll make the changes, I'll send them back to you. This is one document working all the time. So that's sharing. I know this is a little long, but what I'd like to say is you can do that with anything. You can even do that with the entire folder. So if you go to the folder and you click on it, and you can go up here, or you can just say share, or you can go to this icon up here, which is share that. If you share that, it'll come up with very similar. Get a link with the same thing here. What it's saying is anything in that folder, this will look like what we had before, anything in that folder, if anyone has the link that I share with them, they can view or they can edit anything in that folder. When it's folder view, you don't just have comment, because it's either they can see the stuff in there or they can edit it. This is a great way to have a working document. This is what we're going to do with the SSPA stuff. So we'll start to create these things and put it in the SSPA shared folder so that you can always access it and throw stuff in there. But it's, again, anything within that folder is going to be shared, including if you create subfolders within it. So you got to just think about your level of access and say, what do I want people to be able to see? Or if I just want to be able to see it. I do this with my staff meeting notes. I have someone, when we do the staff meeting, I have one of my teachers keep the notes, and then I share the file with all of the staff meeting notes for this year, but I only put view. So people can't change the notes in there. They can just view them. So they can always refer back to them, but they're not something that they can manipulate. It's only me that can change it because I'm the owner of it. So that's just one application for it. Again, the difference is with Google Apps is this ability to collaborate, to comment, to share, that changes really what you can do with those documents.